Let's talk about farming in Nigeria. For millions of people, it's not just a job, it's everything. It's the lifeblood of the country's food supply. But this entire way of life is facing a huge, unpredictable threat: climate change. Today, we're going to look at a really cool digital tool that's giving these farmers a fighting chance by arming them with the one thing they need most: good information. Let's dive in.
Wow, this quote, it really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? For millions of smallholder farmers, this isn't some far-off concept. It is their day-to-day reality. Guessing wrong about when the rains will come can literally mean the difference between feeding your family and a season of hunger. The stakes are just incredibly high.
So, what's the actual problem here? Well, it's not that weather forecasts don't exist. The real issue is getting that vital information to the people on the ground. You could call it a last-mile delivery problem. The critical data is out there, but it's not reaching the farmers in a way they can actually use. And this slide right here breaks down exactly why that's so hard. We're talking about a whole web of challenges. You've got dozens of different local languages, a wide range of literacy levels, and of course, spotty internet at best. Just try to imagine you're a farmer and you get some super technical weather report filled with scientific jargon. All you really need to know is, should I plant my seeds this week? That is the information gap. So to bridge this massive gap, a team of innovators developed a really powerful solution. It's called the Agro-Weather Dissemination System, or ADS for short. Now, let's be super clear. This is not just another weather app. Think of ADS as a translator. It takes all that dense, complex scientific data and turns it into simple, straightforward advice that a farmer can actually use to make a decision, right there, standing in their field. You know, something this ambitious doesn't just appear out of thin air. It was brought to life by a really powerful coalition of both local and international partners, all pulling in the same direction. The whole project was made possible thanks to critical funding from the Adaptation Fund, and it was facilitated by the UNEP Climate Technology Center and Network. That international backing was absolutely essential to get this idea off the ground. And the technology itself? Well, that was developed by the Green Habitat Initiative, also known as GHI. And this part is so important because they're a local Nigerian organization. They deeply understand the specific challenges farmers are facing. This is where the project gets really solid. You can see the system has crucial government support. It works hand in hand with Nigeria's Federal Ministry of Agriculture and the Nigerian Meteorological Agency. This means the data is not only accurate, but it's also tied directly to national priorities. It's trusted. And the collaboration just keeps going. There's also support from the National Council on Climate Change and, very importantly, the Kebbi State government. This partnership was absolutely key to launching a successful pilot program that proved, yes, this thing actually works in the real world. Okay, so we know who's behind it and we know why it's so important. But how does it actually work? How does ADS take a bunch of raw scientific data and turn it into a simple decision a farmer can make? Well, it all breaks down into this really elegant three-step process. First, the system ingests or pulls in all the complex technical data. Then, and this is the magic part, it transforms that data into simple, easy-to-understand messages. And finally, it disseminates or sends out that advice through channels farmers are already using. And here's a little peek behind the curtain at the system's dashboard. You can see it's pulling in live data from official sources, tracking things like rainfall and temperature. It then turns all those numbers into a clear visual overview, like this farming season timeline for Kebbi State. It just makes it so much easier to manage. And this right here, this is the real game changer. ADS doesn't rely on people having fancy smartphones or a stable internet connection. No way. It meets farmers where they are, using technology that's already available to them. We're talking simple SMS text messages, special USSD codes that work on any old phone, automated voice calls, and even broadcasts over local radio. It's designed so that nobody gets left behind. The system is also packed with some incredibly smart features. It gives farmers real-time updates and, crucially, early warnings for things like floods or droughts. But it's not just a one-way street. Farmers can actually interact with the system to ask for specific info. And maybe most importantly, all of this is delivered in local languages, like Hausa. It's truly accessible. So you have all this great tech, all these partnerships, all this data, but what does it actually mean for people on the ground? Well, the impact is huge. It's about turning deep uncertainty into real confidence. This slide just says it all, doesn't it? It paints such a clear picture of the shift. Before, it was all about guesswork and just hoping for the best. After, it's about making data-driven, confident decisions. You go from simply reacting to whatever the weather throws at you to proactively planning for it. And the result? Less crop loss, better yields, and more security for families and whole communities. And the benefits just ripple outwards from there. The system is intentionally designed to be inclusive, empowering women, young people, and farmers with lower literacy. At the same time, policymakers now have reliable data to make smarter regional plans. The whole thing basically serves as a blueprint for how to modernize agricultural support. The successful pilot in Kebbi State was amazing, but it was really just the beginning. The vision for what ADS can become is much, much bigger. Just look at the roadmap for the future. It's incredibly ambitious. The plan is to integrate ADS into Nigeria's national early warning systems, partner with telecom companies to reach even more people, and roll it out to other states. And the ultimate goal? To adapt this model so it can be used all across sub-Saharan Africa. And that leaves us with a really powerful question to think about. This whole thing started as a solution for farmers in one state in Nigeria. But what if this model, this idea of translating complex data into simple, actionable advice, what if it's the key to building climate resilience for millions of farmers across an entire continent? Because when you boil it all down, it comes back to this one simple, powerful mission. This was never about data for the sake of data. It's about turning forecasts into meaningful action that truly changes lives. If you want to explore the platform for yourself and learn more about this incredible initiative, you can visit their official website. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.